If you've been around this channel for any amount of time, you know two things about what I believe. One, chocolate milk deserves more attention in the world. Two, there's more to money and personal finances than what we can buy or how it can make us feel. And while the first is important, we're getting into the second one on a much deeper level today, and we're doing it with a word that may make some uncomfortable. Stewardship. And we're starting that right now. Stewardship, the job of supervising or taking care of something such as an organization or property. Personal finance is indeed an exercise in stewardship. You may be uncomfortable with this premise because that definition implies that the money that you have is not actually yours. But as a Christian, I think that's absolutely right. Here's the perspective that I come from with the content that I post on this channel. The money I have is not actually mine, I'm just managing it for God. Unfortunately, in faith, a lot of people associate being a good steward with giving 10% of their income away. It's what we call the tithe. But stewardship is far more all-encompassing than that, which is why I'm bringing in my pastor and friend Derrick Hurst to help me out. Take it away.
Stewardship and tithing. I gotta be honest, I am a little bit uneasy sometimes talking about this. I think everybody kind of is, because we kind of get that tithing, money. How am I gonna tell people how to spend their money? It's not my right to tell you how to spend your money. Well, stewardship and tithing is way bigger than just money and dollar signs. It's got a lot to do with that. But I use a four-letter word to talk about stewardship and tithing. And it's the word term, T-E-R-M. Time, energy, relationships, and yes, money, or we're gonna broaden that and talk about material resources or material possessions. Time, how do you spend your time? Do you set aside a good portion of your time to really connect with God? That's what stewardship is all about. Connecting with the person who gave you the time to begin with. Then there's energy. Wow, some of us have a ton of it. I've been accused of being the Energizer Bunny. And others, well, they move as fast as, well, molasses on a winter day. So what do you do with your energy? Whether you have a lot of it or a little bit of it, stewardship is using the energy that you have in the most effective and efficient ways that you have. So set aside a portion of your time that you determine ahead of time, a portion of your energy to give back to God. A portion of your relationships should really revolve on how you become a stronger person in Christ. Stewardship is about drawing you closer to the person who's given you your time, your energy, your relationships, and your material possessions.
So where's the line? What defines you as a good steward? Is it really the difference between giving 9% and 10% of your income away?
Yeah, so that's a great question. How do I know if the money that I keep or the resources I keep for myself are actually going to honor God, even if I'm not giving them back to the church? You see, stewardship, when it talks about our material resources, I use a phrase that I've grown to love, and it's that God cares just as much about the 90% you keep as he does about the 10% that you give. You see, stewardship is not just giving back to God, but it's rather faithfully using and managing all of those resources and possessions God's put into your care. The way I like to look at it is with the two great commandments that Jesus gives us. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. So if you use those two principles of love and you filter your stewardship or tithing through that command, are you loving God with everything you have by the way you spend your money at home, right? Are you spending it on frivolous things within your household? That doesn't mean you can't have a big TV. But has that TV taken the place of your time with God? Has that TV or that new computer or the new house or the new car? All those are fine. But if those become the object of your worship in the process of purchasing them and using them, then you're not using the rest of your resources to honor and glorify God. And that doesn't say anything about loving your neighbor as yourself. I mean, it's really easy to throw a couple of dollars in a plate when it goes by, but what do you do with the person who stands outside the grocery store who's there every week asking for cash? Do you give him a couple of bucks? Do you take him to an unemployment office? Do you bring him a meal? Do you take him in and help him apply for a job right there inside of Meijer where it says now hiring? I don't know, but sometimes you have to actually take action and help other people so that your tithing goes beyond just giving money to the church, and it actually is using it to benefit your neighbor while you're glorifying God, and using it so that you can have a decent place to live and put food on your own table and decent clothes on your back and drive something other than an old jalopy. So hopefully that helps. You don't have to spend all of it in the church to glorify God, as long as it's done with the right heart, for the right reasons, to glorify God and to benefit and serve your neighbor.
You see, stewardship is really more involved than just giving away 10% of your income and checking that tithe box. It's much more connected with your character and faith than you may have realized. And I'll be the first to say I've got room for growth in this topic. While Bailey and I tithe and give offering from our income, it's very easy for me to set that money aside and say, cool, the rest is for us. When in reality, I still have to manage the rest in a way that's wise and glorifying to the one who actually gave it to me in the first place. And being a good steward doesn't mean you can't have any fun with the money that you have. To me, stewardship means remembering where my time, energy, relationships, and material resources come from, and treating them like I'm the manager, not the owner. So tell me, how do you view your money? If this video has prompted some thoughts, then give it a like and let me know. I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. And if you'd like to check out another video I think you may like, then check out this video up here. And if you'd like to see my take on the balance between your finances and your faith, then check out this video down here.